Welcome to my Pro and Expert Grand Forest Tournament walkthrough. My name is Matthew, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through the shots I'll use and some of the possible alternatives. This is a guide. It's not meant as the absolute solution, but this is a starting place to help you get your notes going and get you ready for the tournament. You're going to have to play this course according to your clubs, your balls, and your skill level, of course. And also remember, the wind that you see is not the actual tournament wind. That's only going to be known once we get into the tournament. So let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome to hole number 1 of the Grand Forest Tournament. Here we're starting off with a par 4. I like to use a Kingmaker ball and my Thor's hammer here. I played this shot at 5% max distance with maximum topspin, maximum right spin. And you really want to make sure to set up this shot with the yellow ring really in the middle of the rough there. Try your best to great proof it. I picked this shot particularly for that reason, so you can see what I mean. About 3/4 of a ball of right curl there, and make sure you're not overpowering this shot. It's absolutely possible to go too long here and you'll find yourself in a world of trouble. You'll notice then I have a drive distance of 354 yards. There we are. And I'm going to play this shot at 60% slider from this distance at 10% elevation. 2 bars of backspin with your thorn or other favorite short iron. And just line it up. Even with this level 8 here, I'm leaving it about a green square short. Always nice to have a par 4 at the beginning of a tournament. Then we can start off with a drop. Absolutely gets the the momentum and going in the right direction. And I wish you the very best of luck. Okay, so here we are on hole number 2, a par 3 from the Sequoia Creek course. This one I play with the Kingmaker here and a sniper you're going to see. And we're going to play this shot at 20% medium or mid distance. And I'm setting up with half the clear ring in the right rough. And that second bounce is about 1 to 2 squares before that little patch of rough between the fairway and the green. I gave it about 2.8 bars of topspin for this shot and 1 bar of right spin. Now, of course, that's in a left to right wind. We may have to change spins, of course, when we get into the tournament and we see the actual winds that we're faced with. That goes with elevation and really all adjustments. But overall, I'm going to play this hole with a sniper bounce over shot unless the wind conditions are really perfect for a rough bump. Here we go on to the first par 5 of the tournament, hole number 3. I'm playing here with a Zerk and a big topper. Now I do want to give this one maximum topspin and then as much right spin as allowed without actually losing the max topspin as we do in this example. We're going to push it up to max, or as you see here, I didn't really feel the need to adjust just based on the relatively straight tailwind, but according to our wind in the tournament, we'll have to just sort of play it out as necessary. The goal being, of course, to hit perfect, 1, and to get it nice and far down the fairway, as much distance as possible. If you have a club that can get you further, by all means, use it. And you see we're going to leave ourselves with a nice line of sight just up and over that last orangey red looking tree there on the fairway. And the idea is here we're going to bring our sniper and set it up for a rough bump to give us a chance at albatross. 10% here max. I played 10% on the drive as well. And the idea here is about 3 to 4 bars of topspin, about a half a bar of right spin, essentially spin to pin. Now I recommend great proofing this shot, leaving your red ring at least half in that left rough, just in case you hit a great left, which of course you won't, but if you're not prepared, then you know how that goes. Adjust. Now sometimes the bunker here comes into play on this adjustment. We'll see how we're going to end up playing this in the tournament, but generally speaking, this is the path that I like to take on this hole. We've played this one a few times. I know many of you are familiar with this shot. Let's do our best. Let's drop it when it counts. All right, so hole number 4 I think is definitely a very difficult par 3. Setting up here with a kingmaker and a sniper. Now, as you can see, we have the ball guide just clipping that last little branch on the bottom, and the bottom of the white ring is just cutting the rough slightly. What you want to do is then give it max backspin to right spin. We're going to adjust here for wind at 1-to-1, and then we're going to give it a half a ball of right curl. So it's a bit of an interesting setup because you can't really rely on the ball guide for this shot. However, if you can get this one to come in up behind the hole, it's going to roll back with that backspin, which also keeps us safe from overshooting the target, which is definitely possible on this difficult shot. A little bit of luck here. You're going to get that HIO. Good luck, everybody. So let's go. Hole number 5. I have to say, these Sequoia Creek courses have a great opportunity for us getting our drops. I set this one up with a Zerk, Thor's Hammer, 10% max. We're going to give this one max top, max right spin. The idea is we're going to give it maximum overpower. We're going to send it up between the trees or between the uprights, the goal post, depending how you look at it. I do have a bit of right curl there, so carefully reference that position. It's going to change according to the wind. We may or may not even be able to play this style, but the goal here is that we'd rather not have to shoot a second shot with any type of club other than a putter. Do bring your favorite wedge as well. I like the Endbringer. Best of luck. Cool. Thanks for stopping into hole number 6. Bringing a Zerk here once again, especially for the second shot. We're going to go quarterback. 20% max on this setup, max top, max right, and I'm setting up with that white ring, about 1 ring from the rough, and the second bounce is intentionally into the rough. The idea is here we're going to hit the rough and bounce out onto the fairway. The thing is there's a big tree down in the middle of the second fairway there, and you're going to see it in the next shot. We have to be really careful that we stay to the right of that, or we're not going to have line of sight on the green for the second shot. About a half to 3/4 of a ball of right curl. I would err more on the side of 3/4. And then get that little clip and roll out. And as you can see, there's the big tree coming into focus, and we're going to be shooting just to the right of that one right there. So second shot here, playing with the big dog, 20% maximum downhill distance here. 3 bars of backspin is really, I think, the money amount of back. 2 left, according to the wind. And the thing about that left spin as well, it allows us to set up a little bit away from that tree. We don't want to be too close to it. And the second bounce, you're going to see, is just before the fringe. That's an important indicator. And also the yellow ring there, or like 3/4 of the red ring, is just really close to that piece of bunker. Otherwise, this is a tough shot. It's technical. However, it is an absolute opportunity for Albatross. Albatross, I wish you the best of luck here. Getting this one to go. We'll see you on hole 7. Hole number 7 is our last chance at a hole-in-one. Kingmaker ball here, and I always bring the Goliath because of its reach, maximum right spin, and about a half a bar of backspin here. I am setting it up with that red ring ultimately just barely cutting into that rough on the right, bouncing up over this central bunker, and you can see the second bounce is very close to the fringe, but not quite touching it. I think that's key as far as getting that final bounce and roll correct. It's an interesting hole. It looks so simple, but for some reason can be a little bit inconsistent. Hopefully, though, we can dial in that consistency we need, and you can get that all-important drop for the banner. So I really enjoy hole number 8. I know we're going to see a few hole-in-ones here on the tournament for sure. I set up, though, with a katana ball here and a big topper. We are going to be really close to minimum distance, so the power of the ball we use here is quite important. 5% min, max top spin, 0.5 left spin with the new spin values approximately. I have the yellow ring just cutting into the bunker there. It's a traditional setup on this hole. And you want to make sure that ball guide is close to that second tree from the right, but watch the branches, pull back the shot, or adjust accordingly so that we're not going to clip them and end up in the rough. There is a little bunker at the bottom of the hill. We want to stay away from that. And also, if you, when you're adjusting, you pull back into your wood club, make sure you just double check that you still have your maximum top spin for the big topper. If all goes according to plan, you should end up nicely down here in wedge range. there is a chance to get it onto the green, but for the most part, you're going to end up with a short, manageable wedge. Bring your end bringer, or whatever other wedge club you enjoy. Final hole of the tournament, and as per Playdemic tradition, we've got ourselves a par 5. Bringing a Kingmaker ball here and an extra mile. Maximum right spin. The top spin here, you really want to be careful. As you can see, we've got a mainly cross tailwind here, and I'm giving it like 2.2 top spin. Absolutely err on the side of being a little bit short here. You don't want to be rolling into that rough at the end. I do have the yellow ring touching the left as a marker. But just, yeah, be really careful with that top spin. I think that's the key for this drive. You can play here with a rock or a quarterback. That's also a very smart and manageable play. But this is exactly the kind of position you want to find yourself in. About 336. Second shot here, you can definitely bring a Horizon or a different club if you like. We're going to need reach. So I like to bring the big dog. Now, I gave it, I think, 5 here in this example top spin. I want to give it 6 bars of top spin, maximum left spin with this type of wind condition. Setting up with that red ring very close to the right rough. And this is an interesting hole. It's makeable. It's tough, though. It's a tough drop, but I know we're going to see some folks doing it. I wish you all the very, very best of luck in this Grand Forest tournament. I'm looking forward to it, and I just hope it brings us all those banners that we all desire. Hope to see you on the streams. Check the channel, and you'll see the next time we're live. They're all scheduled. Hit that reminder bell so you don't miss anything. Good luck, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to my pro and expert walkthrough video for the Grand Forest tournament. If you have any comments or questions or concerns, leave them in the comments section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you're not yet subscribed to Erelic Gaming, please subscribe now so you don't miss out on any of my future content. Good luck.